Are you searching for purpose of life? Discover your true identity. Stay tuned to Shalom World.
Hello and welcome to a time of excitement and inspiration. I'm Manoj Sunny, and together with Shalom World, we'll take you through the journeys of a group of ordinary people in the Jesus Youth Movement who dared to follow an extraordinary call as a part of the full-time volunteer project. A project that has been instilling the missionary lifestyle in young people for the last 28 years. A project that has put 28 batches of young people, around 2,000 so far, through a 30-day intensive training and placing them in mission centers around the world for a whole year. And that's exactly why they are called God's crazy people. Today, we have a young lawyer joining us all the way from Uganda. Born to Didas and Sabina, she is blessed with 14 siblings. She holds a bachelor's degree in law and doing a master's in law now. She decided to attend the first full-timers training we had in Gaba, Uganda, and in 2015, she took a one-year commitment there. She served as the national coordinator of Jesus Youth in Uganda from 2018 to 19. Let's welcome Specioza Murekatete from Kampala, Uganda. A hearty welcome, Specioza.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you so much for choosing me among those few ordinary people to be on this program. And thank you, Shalom TV, as well, for admitting these programs. Thank you so much.
Specioza, you have been the chairperson for the Catholic students, both at high school and at the university. You're really good in academics, but you decided to take a break and commit 1 year fully for Christ. Why?
Here, the movements are not basically to instill Christianity or what the faith of the Catholic Church. Most times it's about fun, having fun, going out for gatherings as members of that movement. But what is so special about Jesus Youth is that it was so rooted into the sacraments. It kept me going and wanting to be part of it because it had something which other movements did not have. Having been a member of many of the movements, I realized that Jesus Youth was really looking out for those things that many of our churches, church leaders and movements were leaving out. And it made me want to be part of it.
And you attended the first full-timership training we did in Uganda. I think even the concept was very new to you. How was your experience?
What was special about that training is the fact that they taught me things I didn't even get in school or in my catechism. I had to change my lifestyle. There was a topic on paradigm shift. I think that was most difficult of all. I had many principles as regards foods or not doing that and doing this. And I think it was taken by Subin. I had to constantly have to write down things that I needed to change in my life. That was one of the topics that really, really touched me and made a change. I had to be flexible if I had to be a proper missionary for Christ. Also about our faith, the deep retreat that I got rather than the simple music and a few teachings we used to have in our normal retreats here. It was a deep retreat where I had to learn to forgive. Right from my childhood, I had to learn to forgive people if those who had hurt me, and also to ask for forgiveness for the things I'd done, things since my childhood. And that made me really, really touched. I was touched by the training. It was such a mind-blowing training.
Specioza, you were placed back in Uganda itself, and I'm sure that Ugandan church was new to this concept of 1 year full-time worship. I think the church is familiar with people from outside coming for such mission, but local Ugandan young people taking such a commitment was new. And then, how did you survive? So, what was the nature of mission there?
Like you said, it was new. It was something very new to the church and to all the Christians, and more of a challenge to them, being that we were girls. Because of what we had gone through the training, we were able to challenge them. All the young people there, we challenged them. We were able to show them that we are different. We are here for something new and to help young people commit themselves to the Lord. Even elders. Actually, like most times, we had a congregation of elders who were shocked at what we were doing, because this was way back in 1877. That's the last time we had like proper missionaries from who were white. They were not Africans. So it was a big, big, big challenge to the church, to the young people, to all the people we encountered. They couldn't believe that certain people in Uganda could go out as missionaries, moreover for 1 year. And so some people would ask questions like, why don't you stay and work? You finished university. Why don't you look for a job? You're wasting time. You won't be able to do anything here. But we knew what we were doing. I thank God for that training. We had been really, really groomed to be proper missionaries there. And so the challenges and the successes of a missionary, we also experienced that. And that was a special feeling and grace of God.
Could you please share some memorable experiences you had during that year?
We used to clean the health center in Pakwach every Tuesday, and also the parish. But what is special about that cleaning was that it pushed us to shift the very paradigms we had. Like, I used to fear snakes since I was still young, and I had to carry a dead snake almost with my hands because we are not being given gloves. And I was really, really scared. We found also human feces in the compound, and somehow we had to clean that compound. So that was one special experience because we were able to move ourselves beyond our paradigms. Those things we didn't want to shift, we were able to shift. Then also another thing was we were forced to go into villages without any guide to guide us. We didn't know the language. They speak a different language. So we would go to different villages, visiting the village, the people that speak. And the person who could speak English, who was able to speak or at least hear English, would be the person we would grab and move with to help us connect us to the people in a way of speaking to them. And usually we shared our personal belongings, clothes, the allowances they used to give us. We used to use it to buy soap, sugar, and we go and share with those people. So the special thing about it is that the blessings, the person whom you gave who really needed it so much would bless you back. So you'd forget about the sacrifice you made and only think about that special blessing the person gave you because they needed that thing more than you. Yeah.
So before we continue with the discussions, I have a surprise for you. Joining us from Nebi Diocese, Father Patrick Humble Jachan. Father Patrick is a good friend and well-wisher of the Jesus Youth Movement in Uganda. He spares his time for the full-timers by driving them to different places and making it a point to introduce them personally. Father Patrick.
This lady has been very open enough in her apostolate, has yet a lot of love for liturgy and the sacramental life. She has yet that maturity for the spirit of humility, obedience, kindness, and trustworthiness. When you read the letter of St. Paul to the Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22, we get them from there. She loves so much the sacrament of reconciliation or confession, and she has been very, very meditative enough. On the other side, my daughter has been so much open to the community life, ready to serve, very high sense of responsibility, give her any responsibility, should even do them without any complaint. My daughter again, yes, she has been very, very creative, full of initiative, disciplined enough, and she would follow the guideline given her. That advice given her, she'll always follow. And above all, she is ready to adjust to any situation. Specioza, are you ready to take any possible necessary risk to take the love of God, the mercy of God to the people in need? Jesus tells me and you together. God bless you.
Thank you, Father Patrick, for the beautiful share about Specioza. And I'm going back to his question. Are you ready to take the necessary risk to take love and mercy of God to people in need?
I don't have a no, for as long as it is for the kingdom of God. I'm willing to say yes. I'm ready to go anywhere that He wants me to go. Yes. So I'm willing to take His love and mercy to anyone who needs it.
Specioza, how does this full-timership experience help you in living your life today?
I used to say prayers, but I did not know how to specifically put time for God, personal prayer. There's a time for personal prayer. You have to constantly go for confession. That I knew, but I never used to do it regularly. So my spiritual growth moved to a higher level. I grew. I learned how to pray. I learned how to put God first. He usually comes first in everything that I do. But before, He used to come last. I used to do my studies, family, and God comes last. So I learned to put Him first and give Him my priority, and my spiritual growth grew. I became more of a role model to many of the young people in the diocese where I was a full-timer, and also back home in my diocese, because still I was a leader in my church. And so it made me want to become better, a better person, in order to give this advice and counseling that they were coming seeking from me. And given the fact that here we don't have really good mentors, that means I had to be a better person to them. And it kept me growing, and it helped me help others to grow in their faith, in the Catholic faith. And even some who are non-Catholics have become friends of the Catholic Church because of who I am. And I look back, there is no other way or other source other than that 1 year of full-timership that I had in Navy Diocese.
Praise God, Specioza. This is one of the most beautiful things about this youth movement. In my life also, this is one of the first things I learned from the movement, how to place Jesus at the center of my life and then place everything around that. Specioza, you took this commitment at the beginning of a successful career. And when you look back, do you consider this 1 year as a gain or a loss? If it's gain, why? Loss, why?
I should say it is the most successful year of my life. Reason being, when I look back, I can never have another year like that with God. I have so much looked forward to become a full-timer once again, but there are many things coming in, and when I look back, there is nothing better like serving the Lord and being able to move with the Lord. I think I was more closest to my God that time, and I had Him all the time. He was the center of everything. He was there. Whatever I was doing was about Him, and there's no other year I would ever have in my life. Always, I have to look back on that 1 year. It was it is my one successful year in my life.
Specioza, my final question to you. We started the ministry in Uganda almost 10 years back. What do you think about the future of the mission there, especially in the West Nile region?
We need to keep sending their missionaries, the one family missionaries, and the full timers. And I think basically we should focus on secondary schools, tertiary institutions, and universities, so that the young people are groomed from when they are young up to when they grow. Otherwise, when we reach university without having a personal encounter, without knowing what our faith is, we don't know what to testify to. So they are easily praised of other religions, and their testimony to God why they are Catholics is because they are members of a family they were born Catholic in a family of Catholic people. And so they don't know what kind of God they're testifying to, or even what their faith is. So I think that we should be able to send full-timers and missionaries who should focus on the young people right from primary school up to tertiary institution. When it gets to that level, someone is able to stand on his own and can testify to a personal experience with Christ.
Thank you very much, Specioza, for that beautiful sharing. We hope and pray that we'll be able to reach out to young people when they are in the school itself, so that they'll be able to carry Jesus when they move to universities. Thank you for this time of inspiration. It was a pleasure having you with us today. May God continue to use you as a powerful instrument to reach out to many more young people. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this time, and thank you, Shalom TV, for this program. I hope it reaches many, many young people in our country, Uganda. Thank you.
Today we have a very special guest joining us from UAE, Santosh Matthew, a leading entrepreneur, managing director and CEO of several business firms. But more than any other title, he's a true missionary. Active in the movement for the last 21 years, he has served in different offices of the movement, including that of International Council. He is one of the pioneers of our missions in Africa and still serves as a coordinator of African missions. He lives in Sharjah with his wife Biji and 4 children. Santosh.
The education system in most of the countries are often disconnected from the ground realities. To be more specific, the students after their graduation, coming out from the university, are having enough and more theoretical knowledge about their subject. But actually, they are lacking what exactly they need today. In short, the young people lack greatly in value-based trainings in grounded the reality of struggles of daily living. That's why the full-timership is more important today's world. And the full-timership is offering more in connection with today's life, value-based training, and that is too much relevant for today's world. I strongly believe that such spiritual and value-based trainings can empower young people to embrace the reality of life and enable them to have a clear vision and purpose in life. The church needs more witnesses today among the youth. That can be only possible by providing enough platform to nurture experiences, and that is exactly what the full-timership project is all about. The new generation needs growth not only in intellect, also with regards the emotional quotient and spiritual quotient. They must have an open heart with full of compassion, which comes naturally once they experience the need of supporting the poor and needy in the society. Based on these activities and outcomes, if an young person is formed such a manner, he or she can be witness in the church and society. This will help the church to make use of youth today in furthering its mission of evangelization, as their testimony would be the weapon to inspire more missionaries.
Thank you, Santosh, for sharing about how the full-timers training helps a young person to develop his or her intelligence in all three dimensions, the IQ, EQ, and SQ. Also, you were sharing about the importance of the life of witness in sharing the good news. During the International Priest Retreat held in San Giovanni Lateran Basilica in Rome in 2015, one of the priests from Australia asked Pope Francis, Holy Father, I come from a very secularized country. It is easy for us to talk about anything under the sky to another person, except about our faith. So how can we share the gospel with others? With a beautiful smile on his face, Holy Father replied, attract. Attract them with your deeds and words. So if any one of you listening to me now is inspired to answer a similar call and desires to live a life of authentic witness, please do get in touch with us. So that's it for today, friends. Let's keep each other in prayer and stay crazy for God until we meet again next week for the same program on Shalom World. For more exciting contents, watch shalomworld.org and download the free apps of Shalom World on your iOS and Android devices. Thank you.
Someone who's used media a lot in evangelization, so I believe in the importance of Catholic radio, Catholic TV, Catholics using the new media. And I encourage everyone to watch Shalom TV. I think it's a great vehicle of evangelization. And God bless all of you.